Dear students, let us see today how does cell signaling take place. When an external stimuli like hormone binds to the receptor gets activated. This activated receptor activates another molecule inside the cell. This activated molecule goes on and activates another molecule. Thus, this activation of the molecules one after another takes place like the cascade, that is, a water falling through the waterfalls one below the other.
This scene will show the details of how a target cell converts an external hormonal message into internal second messengers that produce a cellular response. The hormone receptor is a protein that has 7 hydrophobic transmembrane spanning regions that project through the cell's plasma membrane. The receptor is associated with a G protein that is comprised of alpha, beta, and gamma subunits. The peptide hormone assumes its active configuration, fits onto the receptor binding site, and conveys its message. The message results in a conformational change in the receptor that is transferred mechanically to the G protein. Mechanical activation of the G protein results in the alpha subunit replacing guanosine diphosphate with guanosine triphosphate. The activated alpha subunit separates from the beta and gamma subunits and migrates within the plasma membrane to an inactive phospholipase C enzyme. Energy captured from the hydrolysis of the terminal phosphate of guanosine triphosphate is transferred through the alpha subunit to activate the phospholipase C. The process of activating the phospholipase C converts the guanosine triphosphate back to guanosine diphosphate, and the alpha subunit rejoins the beta and gamma subunits to reform the inactive G protein. Activated phospholipase C degrades phospholipids that make up the plasma membrane to produce 2 second messengers, inositol 1,4,5 trisphosphate and diacylglycerol. The inositol 1,4,5 trisphosphate is released from the membrane and binds to a receptor on the endoplasmic reticulum. This intracellular signal results in the release of calcium stored within the endoplasmic reticulum. The released calcium plus the diacylglycerol from the membrane activate an inactive protein kinase enzyme in the plasma membrane.
An example of cascade of signaling mechanism is that of a reflex action. When a person accidentally touches the fire, he immediately removes the muscle and the muscle contraction takes place. Thus, this is an example of cascade of cell signaling.
Sometimes we must react quickly to get out of danger. This is the job of the reflex arc. The hot metal activates pain receptors and a nerve message travels up a sensory nerve and into the spinal cord. The nerve impulse is quickly routed through an intermediate neuron and into a motor neuron, which runs straight back to the arm muscle. The connections between nerves are called synapses. Chemicals flow across a tiny gap and trigger a signal in the next nerve cell. During a reflex arc, a signal may be sent to your brain. This gives the sensation of pain, but long before you feel the pain, the reflex arc activates the biceps muscle and pulls your hand from danger.